Good Life is proudly presented by ABSA.
Awe, awe, capoeira, ashe, double dollar with the say, awe, awe, mariposa, ashe, double dollar with the say, awe, awe, say, awe, 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 awe.
Hey guys, Captain Kaya and welcome to the Good Life Show 5. On this show we've got Hot Heels Africa downhill action for you, surf from the North Shore of Hawaii with Jordy Smith, Chad DeToy and Travis Logie, and the Africa Project, South Africa's latest surf film. We've got the teaser for you on this show. And remember, www.thegoodlifetv.co.za. Enjoy the show.
This year in Hawaii has been one of my most memorable trips yet so far, out of all the seasons that I've been coming here. And I wouldn't just say that because of the waves we've been getting, just probably because of a few things. You know, there's so many things to do when you get in Hawaii. When there's small waves, you can go to town to Waikiki and experience some of their culture.
What are we doing, 490 people?
Want to swim with the dolphins? We get to keep them. Then, you know, when there is great waves and swell, you get some of the best surfing experience you can possibly get.
Take no sugar in my coffee. It makes me mean. It makes me mean. I don't take no sugar.
You know, we haven't had that great of swell just yet, but I'm sure plenty swells are on their way.
This season the waves have been really up and down. There's been one or two really fun swells, but the swells come in for 2 or 3 days and then it dies out and we have quite a lull of a couple flat days. So it's been up and down, but we've definitely had a few good days.
I've been to the North Shore, Hawaii a couple of times before. Had some of the biggest waves of my life there. And yeah, it's a crazy place, really beautiful, really intense, scary. But yeah, it's paradise in a way, and yeah, just a good place to go and get photos and get footage and make a name for yourself.
Prison is living cause we're living inside a prison. What to do without the ism, where we be without the glitches. Build a beat, but the pickaxe, it opens up my stitches. Tank is
Chad, old cheeky Chad, yeah, he's a good one. He's actually, you know, I love him, he's like a brother to me. He was surfing really well in Hawaii, you know, it's taken him a few years to kind of get a little bigger and stronger, but now that he's, you know, kind of getting a man's physique, he's definitely laying down some really big turns, and yeah, it's showing in surfing.
Jordy's, without a doubt, one of the best surfers in the world and most exciting surfers in the world. And yeah, he's always going for new maneuvers, thinking of new moves. And yeah, it's good to watch him and see him. And yeah, it also helps me think of new, different moves to go for and try to pull. Yeah, I'll stay at the Volcom house and Jordy was staying at the Neo house. And it was quite a little bit of a walk. So whenever I'd want to go surf down in front of this house, I'd grab the bike, grab my board and cycle down. And yeah, the bike path can be very daunting at times when there's a lot of people riding. You definitely have to ride the bike path to get the whole North Shore feel, and yeah, it's pretty cool. You manage to get used to riding with your board underneath your arm, one hand on the steering wheel. You just got to be careful you don't fall and break yourself and your surfboard.
So I went over there to do 2 events, and competed in Sunset, and I think I made the semis in Sunset, and that's a spot that I've always liked to do really well at. I've come second, fourth, third in the past, and just never been able to get a win. But yeah, this coming year I definitely want to put my head down and come away with a win there. So yeah, I'll be going for sure. And then the next event after Sunset Beach is Pipeline, the most intense and death-defying wave in the world. And I love that wave with so much passion, and I just really want to get a good result there. And it's a part of my tour, the WCT, so yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes.
No way, he got exploded.
My heat with me and Dorian, he's the best all-round surfer there is in the world, especially the big stuff. That's his game. And the day showed up and it was massive. It was so big, like half the 44 didn't even want to be out there surfing. It's Jordy Smith, and yeah, stick around on the Good Life. You.
So we're going to do one more practice run and then do qualifying. Everyone happy with that?
Hold up the mirror and tell me who you see. Who's looking back at you today? I've tried 1,000 times, but something now has changed. I didn't recognize my own reflection. I'll take you out of this place if you want to. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh. Just pack your bags and we'll get up.
I skate because I love it.
If I could find another way to clear our names and erase the day, just hold on to opportunities, don't waste away. Let's take the highway and follow the sun. Don't look back, take your money and run. Find a new place to call our home. So much easier when it's written down across the oceans and under new skies.
We had 61 riders today. A lot of internationals came through, which was fantastic.
The race here, it's different than most of the other IGSA races I've been to this year. The vibe is much more relaxed. The whole presence of the IGSA thing isn't as intense as some of the other races with the formalities and the procedures they must follow to get the race happening. It's very chilled out, and it's a much more enjoyable environment for racing and skating. There's a lot of cool people here running the show, and they know what's going on. They're having a good time, and everyone's having fun. So it's really good to be here and experience that, and it just makes it a bit more enjoyable. Finishing off the end of the year with this sort of race. It's really cool.
Find a new place with a new disguise. Claim horizons and chase the sun. That's exactly what we should have done.
Today we had this pretty strong tailwind, so it made things much quicker. The times were quite tight for the first run. Everybody was a bit unsure of how the winds were going to affect the riding, considering that the previous day we had a bit of strong headwind which slowed things down. In the morning I chose not to ride. I was having some fun filming the track and walking up and down and getting some more knowledge of the lines of the corners, so I watched everybody else skate for a little bit and tried to get a bit of plan in, and when we came to qualifying I just went for it balls out and noticed that a few other people were doing some more braking than required for the corners, but I decided to go balls to the wall and not try and break my tuck at all, and I managed to qualify 2 seconds ahead of Delua and apparently get the track record, which is pretty cool. It's a good feeling to do that. But then again, you know, today's race day, so it's a whole new day. Things change, winds change, your opponents change, so qualifying is one step to getting up into the rankings, but you still got to race hard all day and, you know, stay focused and get it done.
It's a really good spirit going around, like under the girls. I think, like, it feels like really good, comfortable, like new girls being comfortable on the boards and being really motivated to race as well, not only skateboarding. And yeah, it's a good groove between us, I think. So I'm happy about the new South African girls skating, and they're better. Well, they're pretty good actually.
Away, Hot Heels 2011. Keep it rolling. Away. Welcome to the Hot Heels 2011 final. We've got an interesting final ahead of us here. We've got Misho from Canada, we've got Buck from Switzerland, we've got Jackson Shapiro from Australia, and of course we've got the Brazilian Dalua Douglas from Brazil. Como estás?
Too far from you for me to get out. Watch you sit and watch your tide come in. Find that place within, oh, where nobody goes. Where nobody goes. Where nobody goes. Nobody goes. Take it up, y'all. Acid rain in the
from Brazil, Mr. Douglas Dalua!
No, they ain't got no time for no life. So I just sit around and wait for the pressure to subside. When the ocean's just too far from here for me to get out, I just sit and watch the tide come in. Find that place within, oh, where nobody goes. Where nobody goes. Where nobody goes.
Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next year at the Hot Heels 2012. It's not the end of the world for some of us, but it's the beginning of the party for all of us. Away, que free!
When we first started surfing, I, not only having an inquiring mind, but a sort of, I wanted to explore. You sit with a map of South Africa and you have a look where every point is. On the east coast you're going to get right point surf, and on the west coast you're going to get left point surf as a result of the direction the swell comes from. I'm indeed fortunate to have been there ahead of it all. It's a magic existence.
Africa for me is boundaries, challenges and tough traveling, you know, so got to be able to make a lot of sacrifices to survive on the road.
We're really fortunate to live in such a beautiful country with so many good waves.
Dungeons isn't the only wave. I think you can get 60-foot waves all over the show.
Every surfer in every different country in Africa is a totally different tribe. They all got their own way about them.
You can get like a perspective of like how life kind of really is here in Senegal, like when you're into that city, you know.
Now I start surfing, I tell you surfing has changed my life. Really, it changed my life.
The east coast of Africa is warm, it's got these, you know, the swells are so lined up and it's probably got the best right-hand points in the world, whereas the west side is just wild and woolly and cold.
So you got this mist and desert, cold water, sort of a freak out, and then you got jackals running around the beach.
To me it was like I had nothing else but surfing. So I woke up every morning, just eat, sleep, breathe, surfing.
He's got absolutely everything it takes to win a world title. Absolutely everything. Eh? It's just like about finding or going to new places that I've never surfed, and yeah, it's got a really diverse like choice of surf if you're going to cover the whole continent. You know?
Dust, how's it going? It's Jordy. So yeah, listen, how's that swell looking for Maui? We've booked our flights. We're on the 4:30 flight this afternoon. Well, yeah, let's tear it up for the morning and yeah, let's shred.
No, check the board so they're on. And you know it's your fault that if it falls off.
Yeah, they're on. Yeah.
Thing that ever happened to me was probably nearly dying last year out at Pipeline when I hit the reef in kind of a sitting position. Probably should have broke my back. Couldn't sit or walk properly for about 10 days. So yeah, it was a close call and kind of rattled me. I was thinking about that a lot this year.
Travis, though, he has a bit of pressure on him to do well at Park because it's also a left big heavy barrel. But yeah, he had Bruce Irons in his first heat and I was just like, oh no, look. Bruce Irons is like one of the best surfers out there.
You know, to see him be in that position whether he would re-qualify this year or not, it was intense. He was doing everything in his power, you know, to stay on tour, as anybody would. The waves are huge, and that's kind of Bruce's forte, you know. He really excels in big surf and really dangerous conditions. Travis was the lowest heat scoring, you know, that year for sure, but definitely in a long time. I think he got about 3 or so total. And he actually won. I'll take it.
Waves were really tough that heat, and Travis got the better of them, made that heat, made another heat, and yeah, qualified. Well done, Travis. Stoked.
I was really happy to see him back on tour, no matter how he won. It was a crazy day, you know. The fact that he got such a low score was not because, you know, they didn't surf it well. It was because the waves were so treacherous and out of control. It was hard for anybody to get a score, you know, especially Bruce, and he's, you know, one of the specialists out there. My heat with me and Dorian, he's the best all-round surfer there is in the world, you know, especially the big stuff. That's his game, and the day showed up and it was massive. It was so big, like, you know, half the 44 didn't even want to be out there surfing. I took a couple beatings on my first couple waves, and I think, you know, I kind of bruised the side of my rib again, and then my arm, and that was my very first wave, and he, you know, he took a couple beatings as well. He went on this little ride and he got lucky and he got a little barrel and came out. I think he got about a 5 out of 10 ride, and you know, I was stuck out the back again waiting for one. I took another beating on the next one. I think I ended up getting like a 4.5 on my following wave, and yeah, you know, it was just that little difference that, you know, he got ahead of me. But nevertheless, you know, it was the end of a year, and I was just happy, you know, to be done, and great to be at home now though. It's good to be here and in Cape Town, boiling hot sun. Yeah, surfing Llandudno and all the spots around Cape Town.
Thanks for watching The Good Life. If you need any more info on The Good Life, go check out www.thegoodlifetv.co.za. Don't forget Ultimate X, 18th of February, V&A Waterfront. SA's top action sports athletes coming down, wake, BMX, skate and FMX. It's going to be a mad show. Check it out.
I need to open my eyes. Just drop it a little bit, Shabs. Yeah, there we go.
No. Oh, didn't feel that.
You guys are strangers and this is your home.
Equal opposites like black and white. If A's as an attack, you then hijackers might.